How many vows do you take before you do the perpetual
So every
profession?
year we have to renew our vows, my
Okay.
vows. So the vows always 3 vows: chastity, poverty, and obedience.
Uh-huh.
But before January the 1st, it's always valid for a year.
Okay.
So after a year, you renew it again for another year. But last one, on January 1st, that was my final one, the last one that I need to make the vows.
Uh-huh.
And it's valid for life.
Wow, so that's it.
That's it.
So you could have turned back before if you decided not to continue?
That's correct. If you decide not to continue the religious life, after a year, when the vows are not valid anymore, you can leave the congregation and move on to in your life. But after this perpetual vows, that you belong completely to the congregation.
Wow.
Yes.
It was exciting.
It was beautiful. Yes.
We saw it on the live stream, and if you could look back at it as well
Yes.
on the live stream, and it's on the YouTube channel.
It is in the CCVI Houston YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and see what's happening and never attending the final vows celebration and mass, you can search on
I
YouTube.
was very interested because I've never seen one. And so, of course, because of COVID and restrictions, there was a limited number of people there, huh?
There's only families and very close friend was invited, but a lot of people were not able to come because of the COVID situation.
Travel restrictions and all of that.
That's right,
Okay.
and the cancellation and everything.
Oh,
so.
yes, that's right. Yeah, lots of flight cancellations
Right.
recently. So who was able to come for you, your relatives?
So I have one aunt from Georgia, from my mom family,
Okay.
and another aunt and a cousin from my dad's family from New York City, and
Your 2 sisters.
my 2 sisters and their husbands, and my little nephew. And
Let me see. Melody and Harmony, right?
you have a good memory.
Well, it's easy to remember. They're awesome names.
Yes, thank you. And one of my coworker and couple of friends. Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
also, yes, I cannot forget this family. This is my godmother's family.
Oh, yes, yes.
And she was able to attend, and her daughter and her husband. So
That's fantastic. And the whole thing was live streamed. And I didn't even realize that Father Dat was going to be there.
oh yes, he's a homilist. He was a homilist of the mass, and yes, I couldn't be happier for him to be there, because he knows both Sister Kim's son, the one who made the final vows with me,
Yes.
and myself. So he was able to connect everything together and talk to Sister Kim's family and talk to my families and the congregation. So it was perfect for him to be there.
You got choked up during one point, and I got choked up too watching you. Can you tell us how you were feeling that day?
So until today, the mass and the profession was like just yesterday for me. And the grace and the beauty of everything just overwhelmed me. And at that particular moment, so I was so overwhelmed with joy and happiness and grace during that time. But whenever that I have to talk about how grateful I am, or talk about families, that would got me crying. And at that particular moment, I talked was my heart thanking the family of Sister Kim Swan and my family in Vietnamese. And at that part, when I just started, I am so thankful for your support, talking to my family. And even though you were not here, but I know that you are with me always. And I wish I could say that way at that point, but just like half of the sentence, I was choked up.
You got choked up.
And I was about to cry a lot.
Oh gosh, yes. I mean, I'm tearing up right now just thinking about it because when I was watching, I was like, "Oh no, she's choking up." It's like, "Oh my god." My wife and I were watching the live stream, and yeah, fantastic.